There's a revolution going on around the world. Data, night and day, through a computer network called Internet.
The internet has brought us closer. It's fundamentally changed the ways we learn, work, and connect. But one thing we don't often consider is how easily all of this activity can be tracked. Both governments and private corporations are extremely interested in what we get up to online. My name is Matt Muse, and I use the internet. A lot. You've probably heard about the American government's massive internet tracking efforts, but there's another even more pervasive form of tracking that everyone is subject to. Tracking by private corporations for commercial purposes, mostly advertising.
It's always in the back of your mind and that you are being used as data, essentially, no matter what you put out.
I think it's just a little creepy how much these private corporations know about me and their relationship to large governments that have been shown to do some pretty nefarious things with that data.
Meet my roommate, Jimmy Thompson. Like me, he's a journalism student who is hard-pressed to go a day without using some sort of commercially tracked service. It took some convincing, but he's agreed to a head-to-head competition. We're going to attempt to go a week without being tracked online. I met with Richard Smith at the Center for Digital Media to see just what lengths we'd have to go to.
It'll be very difficult right off the bat. You'll have to start your week with a good supply of cash, because any use of a bank machine or a credit card or a debit card or anything like that, of course, involves a lot of tracking. The second thing you'll have to avoid, of course, is using your computer, unless you've gone to very elaborate steps to mask your behavior. And then there's cell phones. So a cell phone, in order for it to work, has to be tracked all the time. You won't be able to work very effectively.
If either Jimmy or myself can't make it through the week, we lose. Let the games begin.
God, this is a pain in the ass. Alright, so we missed our train. I couldn't use this thing, which I normally just walk out of my house, and I've got I know where I'm gonna go. So we made it to the ferry, the wrong ferry. Normally we would have had my phone, we could have looked up the ferry times, looked up the bus times, and scheduled it all out, and it would have done it for us. Unfortunately, we didn't have any of that, so we missed our ferry. Hey Sandy and Jody, sorry I missed you again. This project is killing me. I wish I had a phone.
My Saturday may have been relaxing, but I had a feeling my Sunday wouldn't, because I had to make a newspaper. The UBC is UBC's student newspaper. We publish 2 print issues a week and throughout the week online. I'm the copy editor, which means I'm responsible for reading every article we publish. And without the internet, that's going to be tricky.
So this has been kind of our main tool for producing the paper offline. It's a little 16 gigabyte flash drive. I've been getting everyone to just give me their content on the drive, and I've been editing it that way.
Things went smoothly enough, but my coworkers were getting a little annoyed.
It's been especially frustrating because I don't think that using our server, connecting to, for example, InDesign in the office is actually tracking him. So it's been a little bit frustrating him refusing to do that.
Meanwhile, Jimmy was planning a trip to China, and his reliance on his friends was starting to wear thin.
Would you mind Googling
Yeah.
UBC food safety agriculture? Okay, no there isn't. Never mind. Okay, you can go back to your thing.
I just bought our plane tickets for China. I had to pay for both of our tickets because he can't use his credit card. And I guess I've printed a couple of things out for him. I've Googled a couple too.
And by the second production day of the week, my fellow UBC editors were getting a little fed up too.
This week has been a particularly bad week for Matt to start this experiment. We've had a couple breaking stories. Luckily, a lot of stuff has been on a production day and Matt's been around, but of all the weeks he could have taken it off, this wasn't the best.
One thing I have noticed is that Matt gets other people who are on the grid to do his dirty work for him, as evident today when he asked Aurora to make a phone call because he couldn't.
Hey, I'm calling you because I'm trying to get in touch with Maura. Do you happen to have her number?
I felt like I was adapting to offline life pretty well, but as the week drew to a close, Jimmy's patience was wearing thin.
I'm just sick of it. I'm so ready to be back to my life. I've got emails to answer. I mean, I don't really care about Facebook. I don't care about Twitter. They'll be nice. It's much more convenient. But mostly, I mean, I have professional things. I'm trying to, become a journalist here. I have professional things I have to do. I'm just so ready to be done with this.
Our week off the grid was almost over. Which one of us was going to concede? Who would cave first?
All right, I give up.
It was over. I'd won. But had I really? For the last few days, I couldn't wait to get back online. When the competition ended, I didn't hesitate for a second. There's just too much pressure, both personal and professional, for me to not be online.
It's too embedded in the architecture of the way we communicate as modern people. I mean, if I could go off of Facebook, if I could delete the account, I absolutely would. But all my friends are there. They communicate about the events that go to there. I use it for professional reasons. I get Facebook messages. What am I going to do? Just ignore people?
These systems, they are like as revolutionary as a telephone, or as, I shouldn't say revolutionary, but as commonplace now for communication.
It's too late to get rid of surveillance. It's too commercially important, it's too valuable for our society likely to get rid of.
Ultimately, it's a trade-off between privacy and convenience. And for me, like billions of others, the choice is clear. So for now, I'm back online.
My day.